Hi, sis. Okay, I just did something I want to share with you. I have Google Earth on my computer. It's free. It's a free program and it's fun to use. But anyway, I didn't know that I'd be able to do this, but I actually found um, the base on Rockcliffe. I didn't think it would have that there anymore. Hang on one sec, and I'll bring it up. And it does have it, but it's they did it after the buildings were gone, so it does show up here, but the base is empty. Another thing that I didn't realize was just how close we are to the river. We were to the river, I mean. Hang on one second here. Yeah, like, here's the huge river. I didn't know we were that close. I knew we were, fairly close, but not that close. Okay, so, anyway, so here's the base. This is the road coming downhill into the base. This is where Viscount Alexander School was, right there. Of course, like I said, there's like no buildings, 0 buildings on the base right now. And, excuse me, we would have lived right here. This was probably our driveway right there. And this is the tree line at the back of our place, which was actually the front door. And if you went down this road and here, and right here, you can probably see there was a little parking lot and a little building. That was that little store that we used to go to, little store. And then past Viscount Alexander School, somewhere, gosh, I can't remember where, gosh knows where, somewhere on this side of it, over in here, was the annex schools. But I, honest to God, can't remember like where they were. I don't remember which direction we walked to get to it, other than where from our house we had to go past Viscount Alexander School and this way somewhere. I don't know where. I just remember coming home from there, I had to walk past this intersection, or through this intersection, past Viscount Alexander School to get home. But anyway, yeah, sad. And there's the big parade square right here, too, that I think we watched him on parade there once. Anyway, so that was kind of cool. It's very sad to see the base so empty, but yeah, that would have probably been our driveway right there. And then Duncan's and Williams here. I'm pretty sure Williams lived just where the curve started on our street. And yeah, there's the store, where the store was, and the parking lot for it, and where Viscount Alexander School used to be. Sad, sad, sad. But also, I also remember, like just like I always remembered 96 McLeod Crescent, I also have always remembered 11 Bredner in Southport. And so I Google Earth that. Southport, Manitoba. And so now we move over there. And I can't believe how small this base was, so dinky. I can't believe how small it was. I thought Rockcliffe was small. But, like, there's the, like, Portage is over this way. Where the hell is it? Portage is here. This is Portage up here. So, like, the city is there. And here's Southport. You can see the airfield. And then you can see this teensy tiny little 4 frickin' streets or something, and that's it for the base. Anyway, we were on the 2nd Street. I remembered that. Just like when Albert and I went there when we got married, just after we got married, when we stopped in there and I got pictures, I went right to the house. I just knew where it was. And again, with Google Earth, I also can remember exactly where it was. So I'm just going to go down to Street View, if it will just let me. There we go. And give me one sec. For rig's sakes. There we go. So this is the highway heading out of Southport down to head to Portage, like to get groceries or whatever, like we used to do with Mom and Dad. And so going back to Southport, and they've actually still they still call it that. This sign wasn't there when Albert and I went there, so I wasn't sure about that, but this is the entrance to Southport. And the sign actually shows, if it will just let me fricking go that direction, still shows Southport. And so I remembered that we were the second street in, so that would be us here. Come on. Come on. Okay. Hang on a second. That's because I had it still zoomed in. And I also remember that all the ditches at the ends of our lawns, the end of everyone's lawn, there was ditches, which you can't see there for the sign, but whatever. What is this thing doing, for God's sakes? Give me one sec. One moment, please. There we go. Sorry, it was getting a little... Okay, thank you. Yeah, see, I don't know if you can tell, but see the ditches? The ditches were on the end of everyone's lawns, including ours. And I just remembered whereabouts on the street our place would have been, and I went straight to it, just like when Albert and I went there. And they all have garages now, which they did not have when we were there. This is our place right here. And Judy Ward, the Wards would have lived right here behind us. All the overhangs, porches that were on the fronts there, they're gone now. They were there, I think, when Albert and I went. I think they were still there. But I wanted to show you, not only did I pick it out right away, but if I zoomed in on it, there's number 11 right there. They've kept the numbers on it, on the houses, on the PMQs, but just changed the street names. The street name is not Bredner anymore. It's the street sign's down at the other end there. I just went past it, but it's Yellow Bird or something like that. And at the end of our street, right here in this field, that's where that outdoor skating rink was that Dad was teaching me how to skate on. I think I was about 4 years old. I've got a photo of me there. And way down here at this end, there was nothing down here. There was no streets or anything around here when we lived there, but this was just a big field, empty field. And I remember once, I don't know why, but Dad had me in the car. It was just me and him. And don't ask me why he drove through this field, but he did in his car, and he got stuck in the mud. I wish he was here so I could ask him what the heck we were doing, but he got stuck and he couldn't go any further, and I started crying because I was so sure that I'd never see Mom again. And I remember we just got out of the car. He put me on his shoulders and schlepped through all the mud and walked home with me on his shoulders, bawling my eyes out. Anyway, I just thought that was pretty funny. But that's where we lived, and I can't believe just how I'd forgotten how small the space was. So tiny. But anyway, so I hope that worked for you, and I hope you can see everything. And if it did, I'm going to check it out. If it did, I'm going to do one for Angusville too, because I found, where Grandma and Grandpa's place probably was, and where Peter and Stella's place was, Brian and Randy's. So I'm going to do that as well. But anyway, enjoy when you have sound again on your computer. And I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.